Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Nac Edition, where we will be filling you in on all of the latest SFA and Nacogdoches news. On our show today, we will look at how an SFA alum wished to see an early showing of the new Star Wars movie was granted. We go inside Health Horizons of East Texas, and we show you just what No Shave November is all about. All of this and more here at Nac Edition. Hello again, I'm Belen Casillas, your host. On our first story this evening is about an SFA lumberjack that never gave up on his dream. Daniel Fleetwood, an SFA alum with terminal cancer, had only one wish before he died, and that was to see the new Star Wars The Force Awakens. So his wife Ashley set out to make that wish come true. Together they started a Facebook page to try and influence the movie executives to show Daniel the unreleased movie. The Facebook page and hashtag Force for Daniel has since gone viral. Daniel earned the Twitter-based support on Star Wars actor Mark Hamill, who plays Luke Skywalker, and John Boyega, who plays Finn. On Wednesday, November the 4th, J.J. Abrams reached out to Daniel and told him that on Thursday, November the 5th, he could get to see a rough cut of the new Star Wars movie. Daniel's wife took to Facebook on Thursday after they saw the movie to thank everyone for their support. She said, thanks to all of her wonderful supporters, friends, family, and awesome strangers, Daniel's final dream was just granted. Today, the wonderful Disney and Lucasfilms made his final dream come true. It has been reported that Daniel has passed away. His wife took to Facebook Tuesday, November the 10th to thank everyone for their support and to let everyone know that Daniel passed away in his sleep. Star Wars The Force Awakens is set to open in theaters on December the 18th. Our hearts here at Nac Edition, as well as the rest of the SFA community, go out to Daniel and his family. When it comes to your health, every bit of information helps. And this week, our reporter Jonathan Roosh explains the importance of getting tested and knowing your status.
I'm here outside Health Horizons, a health clinic here in Nacogdoches that offers a variety of services, including free HIV and syphilis testing to Nacogdoches County and the surrounding area. Health Horizons of East Texas Incorporated was established in 1990 as a nonprofit community-based organization to provide HIV and AIDS care and related services in a number of counties in rural East Texas. Located at 1407 East Main Street, Health Horizons serves over 2,000 individuals per year in its service area concerning HIV. I sat down with Fernando Curl, a prevention specialist at Health Horizons, to talk a little bit about what they had to offer.
We provide free HIV and syphilis testing, as well as pregnancy tests, education and counseling. And however, on the clinic side, we are a primary healthcare clinic, where we can see anyone for anything now. We used to be only specifically for HIV and AIDS prevention on the clinic side, but now we're an open market to pretty much take care of anyone medically.
From working in the field, Fernando has also noticed some misunderstandings about STD testing.
Probably the biggest misunderstanding that I see that is very common is, I don't need that test. If you're sexually active and never been tested for HIV, you do need that test. And then a lot of times people are, I'm with one partner. Okay, you might be with one partner, but that one partner may not be with only you. So that's a big misconception that we see a lot of times in the field when we're working.
Despite more than 2,000 people using their services per year for HIV testing, that's not nearly enough. In 2011, an estimated 5,044 adults and adolescents were diagnosed with HIV in Texas, ranking at number 3 among the 50 states, according to the CDC. It's also estimated that 1 in 6 people with HIV in the United States do not know they are infected, so are not factored into those numbers. I also spoke to S.C. Garrett over at Health Horizons to get a little bit more of a personal view on this statistic, as well as what to do if someone came up positive.
Just about every week. Yeah, just about every week we have to tell someone that they're positive for some type of STD. We need to try to get them into some type of services, which, we offer services if you come back positive. And we just, we want you to know that we are here for you. Everybody doesn't have people to talk to, but we're here for you to talk to help you with whatever it is that you need.
If you'd like more information about Health Horizons, the services they offer, you can visit them on Facebook or at hhet.org or give them a call at 936-569-8240. If you're unable to come to Health Horizons to get tested, they do offer a service where they'll come out to you to get tested with the slogan like, where care and compassion come hand in hand. Health Horizons here truly does care about the community. With Nac Edition, I'm Jonathan Roosh saying stay safe and know your status.
Again, we urge everyone to stay safe. On a lighter note, No Shave November has become a trending topic for a few years now. But do you know why it's trending? Consuelo Bonilla has the answer to this question.
Movember is an organization well known by the trend called No Shave November. November is the month when men stop shaving in order to grow awareness about men's health issues, such as prostate cancer, testicular cancer, poor mental health, and physical inactivity. Many men around the world are doing this challenge, and SFA male students are also becoming a part of the trend. Student Derek Johnson is a member of the Student Veteran Association, and they have all decided to grow their facial hair for a good cause. Johnson himself explains how he starts the process of No Shave November.
I shaved October 31st. That was the last time I shaved, full clean shave. And you just let it go from November the 1st and see what happens. See what kind of patches you come up with.
In downtown Nacogdoches, there's a barber shop where even though No Shave November is happening, they do not lose business. Melissa Owens works there, and she says that with every haircut, they give a free beard trim. So business stays about the same.
Really affect our business, but we definitely see a lot of big beards.
If you want more information about the Movember Foundation, you can go on their website, us.movember.com, and see how the growth of facial hair is also the growth of awareness.
So if you were doing this to follow a trend, now you know that it has a deeper meaning. So instead of using your money to shave, you can use it to donate it to the cause. For Nac Edition, I'm Consuelo Bonilla.
I don't know about you, but I cannot wait until Consuelo reports back with the progress of that lumberjack's beard. And coming up after the break, we see just what the Dia de los Muertos celebration is all about. We take a look at what some student veterans do to relieve their stress here on campus. And I sit down with an SFA grad student that is doing something different to make his thesis come alive. So stick around, you will not want to miss this. Welcome back to Nac Edition. I'm your host, Belen Casillas. Even though Halloween is over, Nacogdoches residents still partook in an old Mexican tradition earlier this week that is sure to please your ancestors. Dia de los Muertos was held at the Cole Arts Center in downtown Nacogdoches, and Nac Edition reporter Stephen Brent found out exactly what it was all about.
I got your info. Progress.
Dia de los Muertos, otherwise known as the Day of the Dead, is celebrated throughout Mexico but is acknowledged around the world in other cultures, more specifically in Nacogdoches, Texas. It usually takes place from Halloween until November 2nd. Over the past weekend, it was held here at the Coles Arts Center, downtown. There was everything from paintings to food and even entertainment for anyone who stopped by. Typically on this day, people go to cemeteries to be with the souls of the departed and build altars containing favorite foods, beverages, as well as photos and memorabilia of the departed. A common symbol for this holiday is the skull, which celebrants represent in masks known as calacas. Samara Martinez performed at the festival alongside her sister and talked about why Dia de los Muertos is important to her.
You know, it's a form of not forgetting those that have left us and to always remember them every year.
Aside from the food and performances, they also had some Aztec dancers that gave their own special dance so that they could honor the dead. This included them blowing on horns, lighting incense, and making a spectacular performance for all those who watched. Even though Halloween is over, the city of Nacogdoches is still celebrating Dia de los Muertos, otherwise known as the Day of the Dead. For Nac Edition News, I'm Stephen Brent reporting.
In honor of Veterans Day, one of our Nac Edition reporters, who is a veteran himself, wanted to showcase some of SFA student veterans and see how they deal with some of the stresses of school and life in general. U.S. Marine and soon-to-be SFA alum Christopher Sanchez shows us more.
There are many organizations and groups on campus here at SFA, but since it's Veterans Day, I wanted to see what SFA veteran students were doing to relieve some of their stress. The East Texas Circle of Courage Drumbeat Group gathers at the SFA Veterans Resource Center to not only talk about everyday stressors, but also to learn how to express themselves through rhythm. I spoke to several veterans as to what drumbeat means to them.
Yeah, it helps. I mean, it's like, because you go through the stress of school and then you come in for an hour and a half and play a drum and talk to guys who are just like you, and you let the stress go, and then you leave with a fresh start for the next day.
Absolutely. I mean, music is going to help bind a group together, and if everyone's playing music, then absolutely. It gives everybody the opportunity to just get to know one another.
Personally, it's a stress reliever. Like, it really does. Like, you come in here and you're learning this thing, like I said, it puts you out of a different situation. So I'm trying to learn that and maneuver around that, but also my brain's like having this major letdown from outside things, but it's also it elevates my brain in here to think about what I'm doing.
It's what emotions sound like. So when we're all in here playing on the drum, you may have some people that are like real happy, just kind of closing their eyes, bobbing back and forth, and you have those people that when they're like really stressed out, you kind of see them play differently, where they're kind of looking straight ahead, playing the drum, and as the drum beat goes on, you'll see them start to loosen up as like that stress is going away.
I want to thank the veterans for not only letting me sit in on their drumbeat circle, but for their service to our country as well. Reporting for Nac Edition, I'm Christopher Sanchez.
Happy Veterans Day to all who have and who are currently serving. Thank you. People tend to find Shakespeare boring and hard to understand, but SFA is hoping to shine a new light on the play as they put a new twist on Macbeth. Instead of the usual 3 witches, SFA's production will have 5. The witches will be set in the 21st century, and the rest of the cast will be set in a pre-Norman Britain, which is the time of the real historical Macbeth. The witches will manipulate the events of the play, adding an interesting take on Macbeth. The show will run from the 17th through the 21st of November. You can purchase the tickets at the box office located at the Griffith Fine Arts Center building, or you can purchase tickets online. Tickets are $15 for adults, $10 for seniors, and $7.50 for students. SFA students are extremely creative. An SFA film grad student is asking for your help in making his thesis come alive. I sat down with James McMahon to talk about his second Kickstarter for his documentary, Duality.
Never in his wildest dreams did James McMahon would have thought that he would one day travel more than 7,000 miles all over the country doing what he loves. Since he was a teen, James has had a passion for still and moving photography, and now he gets to share it with the world through a documentary focused on the making of nude art. His film thesis topic came to him a few years ago after learning about a startling statistic.
About 5 years ago, where they looked at it, it was either the Met or the MoMA or some major museum, and they had a statistic on the nude art that was in there. And for the most part, I think it was between 70 and 80% of the nude art in that institution was of the female form, whether it's paintings or photography or drawings or whatnot. But only 10% or so of the creators of that art were women. So you have a massive amount of men making, nude art of the female body, but you didn't really have women doing the same thing.
As an accomplished nude photographer, he felt compelled to capture more women reclaim their own bodies. something he says is happening more often in today's art world.
I think a lot of the rewards that these women are getting from it, I think, is being able to express themselves. It's being able to show their body how they want to. There was Jax Fishburne, one of the women that I interviewed in Columbus, Ohio, said that there's only so many times you can be treated like a piece of meat by somebody before you want to take your self-image back.
As more and more women step behind the camera, James believes art is being created with more meaning and respect, which he hopes to showcase through his documentary.
People have asked me that like, you're not a woman, so what gives you the right to say that? And with documentaries, it's not, no documentarian is the absolute, truth bringer on anything. But if I can spark a debate, if I can open up some people's eyes about this, and hopefully that will carry the conversation along further, it's worth it.
James' documentary will premiere in April, but he is still in need of funds to make one last trip across the nation in hopes of interviewing 2 more female photographers. You can donate to the cause by visiting Kickstart.com and search for James McMahon Dualities. Coming up after the break, we have Tori Bean in our studio to tell us about this unpredictable Texas weather. And she will also list out the calendar of events so you can stay busy the rest of the week. We'll be right back with more Nac Edition.
Welcome back to Nac Edition. I'm Tori Bean. It's starting to get hard to tell what the weather will be like each day as temperatures start to drop all across the U.S. One day it'll be cold and the next day it'll be warm. So let's get into your weather. As you can see in the west, temperatures are now starting to reach in the 50s and 60s like places like California. As you can see, Arizona is getting temperatures in the 70s except for in the northern part where you can see it is 30. So Arizona right now is split. Now into the central part of the U.S., we are starting to see temperatures drop even more. We're starting to see temperatures lower, reaching down to 57, even 37 in places here. As you see this little blue area, that is colder temperatures moving into the west and central and parts of north U.S. Now over onto the east coast, we are starting to see lower temperatures reaching down to the 40s and even the 50s. In the north, we're starting to see temperatures reach all the way down to the 30s and 40s. We're even seeing 24 in places like Montana. Up here, you can see the 24 and the 41s. Montana is the coldest so far. We're in the south. We are starting to see temperatures down up into the 70s and even the 80s in parts of the days. Texas and Florida are still part of the hottest parts of the U.S. But these temperatures are starting to drop. Even though we are starting to see lower temperatures during the day, we're starting to see even lower temperatures at night. A lot of this is thanks to the rain that has been making its way through the U.S. In the west, you can see temperatures are now down in the 30s and 40s and even the 20s in places. In the east, we are seeing temperatures reach down in the 50s and 60s, to where in the north, we are seeing temperatures get all the way down to the 30s and 20s. In the south, it is even starting to see even lower temperatures at night. Temperatures have been reaching down to the 60s and 70s, so sweater weather is finally here. Texas is seeing higher temperatures, but not as high as they have been in the weeks past. So let's get into a full rundown of your Texas weather. As you can see, temperatures are still high during the day, but lower at night. This, of course, is typical Texas day that we have all come to love and know. Most of our highs are in the 70s, except for the south. We're seeing temperatures reach all the way down in the 80s. Now, it is high in Houston, Austin, and Brownsville are seeing the highs in 82. Texas is still seeing low temperatures, like I told you before, with some places reaching down to the 30s over here in West Texas. So Texas is pretty split. You're even seeing like 22 or 32 up here and 29s over in Mexico, and Oklahoma seeing 42. So Texas is starting to get down to that lower temperatures. And East Texas is still in the 50s, so we are still getting low. So if you have to go out at night, make sure you have a sweater or a hoodie with you to stay warm. We do have some rain making its way through Texas today, but it should be gone by tonight. As you see, most of the rain was supposed to hit us this morning and this afternoon. And we do have a chance of 90% chance of rain, so make sure you have your umbrella handy today. But tonight, the chance of rain does drop from 90 to 40%. So the rain may not be all gone by the time you go to bed tonight, but it should be gone by in the morning. For the rest of the week, we won't really be seeing a lot of the sun, but we will get to enjoy the chillier weather for a little bit longer. Your high for today was 74, but we did reach 81. Thursday, your high is 67, with Friday 63. On Saturday, it's also 63, and we will see the sun again. And Sunday, we will be seeing 57, and the rain will return. All right, and so on to your events. We do have a few events going on for the rest of this week, starting with Thursday. Tomorrow, the SFA Gardens will host the monthly Teresa and Lee Rees lecture series at 7 p.m. Thursday, November 12th, Houston-based horticulture Heath Lowry will present Pollinators Update plus Know What's Bugging You. The lecture is free and open to the public. The SAA will also be showing Terminator Genesis at 7 p.m. and then Vacation at 9:30 on Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. On Friday, the Lamplight Players present No Time for Sergeants at 7:30 p.m. Tickets for adults are $15, seniors are $12, and students are $8. Saturday, there will be Millard's Crossing Flea Market that will have a variety of booths and vendors. It is open from dawn to dusk and is free. The Farmers Market will also be going on as well from 8 until noon. The SFA volleyball team will be playing Incarnate Word at the Shelton Gym at noon. Also at noon, tailgating will begin for the football game. And at 3 p.m., SFA will take on Houston Baptist. At 7 p.m., the Heart of the Pines Chorus has a concert at the North Street Church of Christ. Tickets are $10 and available at the door. The new Contemporary Guitar Ensemble at SFA will present its first concert at 7:30 at the Cole Arts Center Hall on SFA campus. Tickets are $8 and $6 for seniors. Students are $3. And those are just some of the events going on right here in the Nacogdoches community. And when we come back, Brendan Smith was going to fill you up with all the sports news you can handle. So stick with us right here on Nac Edition.
Welcome back, Nac Edition fans. I'm Brendan Smith, and I'm here to fill you in on the latest on sports. First off, let's talk SFA football. The 3-6 Lumberjacks will take on an unfamiliar foe this Saturday as the 2-7 Houston Baptist Huskies come to Homer Bryce Stadium for the first time in their short Southland Conference stint. Only the second time as SFA crushed the Huskies 59-27 in Houston last year. One of head coach Clint Conk's offensive game plans has been the balance between the rushing game and the passing game. Through 9 games, SFA is averaging 202 yards rushing and 213 yards passing. After a heartbreaking loss to the Central Arkansas Bears last week, SFA looks to capitalize on a team that is 0-6 this season in the conference. Houston Baptist enters this weekend on a 2-7 this year and on a 4-game losing streak after defeating College of Faith back on October 3rd, 65-0. Just like Stephen F. Austin, the Huskies bring a balanced attack as they are averaging 140 yards on the ground and 158 yards in the air. The Huskies may have a poor record, but they have been in many games, by having an average differential of 9.6. This is going to be the Huskies' first ever trip to Nacogdoches this Saturday as Military Appreciation Day, as well as Senior Day for the Lumberjacks. The Jacks hope to salvage a win in their last home game of the season. If you can't make your way to the field this weekend, don't worry, this game will once again be streaming on ESPN3 with in-game Twitter updates available on @SFA Football. The game will start at 3 p.m. The 2015-2016 SFA basketball season is tipping off this Friday in Waco. I went to William R. Johnson Coliseum to get a season preview. R. Johnson Coliseum, as you can hear and see behind me, the practice for the SFA Lumberjacks is taking place as they kick off their season Friday the 13th against the Baylor Bears in Waco, Texas.
Have a chance to do some things that very few people in Southland Conference history have done. So we've set some goals around that. But from an expectation level, all I want as a coach is us to show up every day, work as hard as we can work, try to get better, and then learn to prepare. That's what's so exciting about the start of every season. We have to learn to prepare for games and prepare for opponents, and they come at you pretty quick.
As SFA practices, runs drills, and prepares for Baylor, Coach Underwood does not hold up during practice. Seniors Thomas Walkup and Demetrius Floyd do not have to carry all the load as new upcoming players are emerging this season. The Baylor Bears may be a tough Big 12 foe for Stephen F. Austin, but Coach Brad Underwood is not letting the pressure get to him at all.
Well, I think there's no question we're going to be an underdog. They're a top 20 team. They've got same cast of characters back for the most part. They lost Kenny Cherry at the point, who was outstanding, but you know, they're going to be the favorite.
And that's a wrap. You just heard Brad Underwood's expectations for the 2015-2016 season, how the Lumberjacks are going to prepare for Baylor Bears this Friday at night. And I want to thank Brad Underwood for his time and the team for letting me film some of their practice. For Nac Edition, I'm Brandon Smith. Well, that's all the sports news I have for you in this week's episode of Nac Edition. I'm Brandon Smith. Back to you, Belen.
Brandon, before we end the episode of Nac Edition, we want to show something that shows just how creative our students here at SFA are. Hotline Bling has become a trending parody since Drake came out with his official video. A group of students here at SFA decided to make their own take on Drake's hit. It was filmed in various locations here on campus. The most obvious one is Surf and Steve and Steen Library. Let's take a look.
Ever since we passed the midterm, I see you started feeling yourself now. You took all my notes and I feel left out. Girl, you got me messed up, I ain't playing now. Cause ever since you took my notebook, you started sleeping in and going out more. You been here for years and still a sophomore, hanging with some nerds I never seen before.
To watch the full parody, you can go to YouTube and search for Hotline Bling Parody SFA State University Special. How about that?
That was so dead on. Wow, that was amazing.
That's awesome.
And I mean, we are starting to see a lot of those parodies now, especially like a math teacher did it for his class for Halloween.
Donald Trump.
Yeah,
Yep.
and now SFA.
They're always trending, it seems.
That's great. Well, I'm Belen Casillas, and thank you for watching another episode of Nac Edition. Make sure to check back in next week for more SFA and Nacogdoches news.